The Celtics have been rolling, but there's a storm brewing off the court that could shake things up in Boston. With the playoffs approaching and our team firing on all cylinders, the looming free agency of a crucial player has set the NBA abuzz. Could this be the summer we see a beloved veteran don a different jersey? In this video, we'll explore the rumors and what they mean for our quest for another title. Don't forget to subscribe and like to keep up with the latest Celtics news. As we look ahead to this summer, the Boston Celtics find themselves at a critical crossroads, especially with the looming free agency of Al Horford. It's impossible to ignore the implications of his potential departure, especially considering how instrumental he's been this season. Horford is averaging 8.6 points, 6.0 rebounds, and 2.1 assists, while shooting a respectable 41.8% from the field and 35.6% from three. His experience and leadership have been invaluable, especially as he's helped bridge the gap during Kristaps Porzingis' absences. But here's the reality. Al Horford will be a free agent this summer, and while he's expressed his love for Boston, other teams are preparing to make a serious run at him. The situation feels eerily reminiscent of 2019 when the Philadelphia 76ers lured him away. There's chatter that rival teams will offer contracts starting around the projected $6 million taxpayer mid-level exception. Given Horford's performance and his ability to still play at a high level at 39 years old, it's not surprising that other franchises are circling like hawks. The Celtics, currently riding a 7-game winning streak and looking to make a deep playoff run, have to balance their immediate success with long-term financial strategies. They've been a second-apron team for the past 2 years, and dipping under that mark next season seems inevitable. This means they'll have to make some tough decisions, and losing Horford would be a gut punch. But let's not forget the emotional aspect of this too. Horford has become synonymous with Celtics basketball during his second stint in Boston. His presence on the court is felt not just in stats, but also in the leadership and poise he brings to a young roster. Do I think the Celtics will simply let him go? Honestly, I'm torn. It seems logical for Boston to try and re-sign him, especially with how much he means to the team culture. Yet the financial constraints could push them to a place where they have to let him walk. And as fans, we can't help but feel the weight of these decisions. What happens if Horford signs elsewhere? We've seen the Celtics lose key players before, and that can shake the very foundation of this franchise. Just imagine a rival team snagging him, capitalizing on his experience and skills in a playoff matchup against us next season. That thought alone is enough to make any Celtics fan uneasy. Now, if the Celtics are forced to let him go, how do they fill that void? Replacing a veteran like Horford is no small task. The roster is already facing tough decisions, and the balance between maintaining competitiveness and managing the salary cap is a tightrope walk. The front office must act wisely to ensure that they are not only building for the present, but also keeping an eye on the future. So, what's the best path forward? Should they prioritize keeping Horford at almost any cost? Or do they let him walk and use that cap space to bring in fresh talent? I want to hear your thoughts on this. And you, what do you think? I want to hear your opinions down below. The Boston Celtics are at it again, folks. The buzz around the Celtics has been electric, especially with the recent predictions from NBA expert Bill Simmons about landing Cooper Flagg. Now, let's break this down, because it has the potential to reshape our future. The Celtics have a rich history of making smart trades and drafting elite talent, and if Simmons is right, we're looking at another chapter in that legacy. Cooper Flagg, just 18 years old and already a standout at Duke, is projected to be the #1 draft pick in 2025. This kid is not just any player. He's a game changer, and what's even better, he's a Maine native, which means he's got ties to the Celtics as his home team. But here's the catch. The Celtics likely won't be in a position to draft him directly. The odds are stacked against us, with teams like the Utah Jazz and Washington Wizards vying for that coveted top pick. So, how do we make this work? Simmons has painted a scenario that's both intriguing and a bit unconventional. He suggests that instead of drafting Flagg, we'll have to be patient and wait for his rookie contract to expire. That means we're looking at a potential signing when he's 24. But here's where it gets interesting. Simmons believes that his mother, Kelly Flagg, a huge Celtics fan, will play a pivotal role in bringing him home to Boston. I mean, can you imagine that? A family connection driving a player to join the storied franchise? It's compelling, to say the least. Now, let's talk about the implications of this waiting game. If we do manage to land Flagg after his rookie contract, we're not just getting a player. We're getting a player in his prime. Statistically, NBA players reach their peak performance between the ages of 27 and 31. So if we can secure Flagg when he hits that age range, we're looking at a player whose best years are ahead of him. That's a tantalizing prospect for any Celtics fan. But I have to ask, is this the right path? Honestly, I'm torn. On one hand, the idea of adding a generational talent like Flagg to our roster is mouth-watering. On the other hand, it feels risky to bank on a wait-and-see approach. The Celtics are in a strong position now, with a roster that has just brought home an 18th championship. Do we really want to gamble on a future player when we could be fortifying our current lineup? And let's not forget the emotional pull of this scenario. As fans, we want to see our team compete at the highest level, and the thought of waiting years for a player who could elevate us further is a double-edged sword. Will that wait pay off, or will it leave us yearning for immediate impact? This is where I want to hear from you, the passionate Celtics community. And you, what do you think? I want to hear your opinions down below. The Celtics have a knack for making bold moves, and while this prediction from Simmons is just that, a prediction, it's a reminder of the strategic depth we've seen in the franchise's history. Whether it's acquiring legends like Larry Bird and Bill Russell or building around our current stars in Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, the Celtics have consistently found ways to stay relevant in the league. As we look ahead, I can't help but feel a mix of excitement and apprehension. The idea of Cooper Flagg wearing green someday is thrilling, but we're in a championship window now, and we need to capitalize on that. The decisions we make in the coming years will shape not just the next season, but the entire future of this franchise. So as we navigate this potential path to Flagg, let's stay connected as a community. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. I want to know what you all think about the prospect of waiting for Cooper Flagg. Is it worth it? What do you believe the Celtics should do to ensure we're still competing for titles in the meantime? And remember, to stay updated on all things Celtics, make sure to like this video, share it with fellow fans, and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to activate the notification bell to get all the latest updates. Let's keep the discussion alive, Celtics Nation. Your voices matter, and together, we can dream big for our beloved team.